Welcome. I'm Heather. Thanks so much for joining me for this 45-minute relaxing Yin Yoga session. It's a wonderful practice to do right before bed or anytime that you need to relax and unwind, release some stress from your day. So we'll get started for just a moment in the easy pose, Sukhasana, seated position. Take a few moments to connect to yourself, to pay a little more attention to your physical body and how you're feeling right now. You can transition by closing your eyes, beginning to become more aware of the inner body, the inner dimension of your being. The space within yourself, and focus on your breath as it flows through naturally. And begin to draw in a slower, steadier stream of breath on the inhale, sinking it all the way down. And on the exhale, full release of your breath. You can breathe out through your mouth to more deeply cleanse and clear your whole body. And at the top of your next breath in, pause for a moment before you exhale. Just a comfortable pause. Adding a slight pause at the end of your exhalation. And continue with our breathing practice for 3 more breaths. Centering breath to help you connect to your body, to connect the mind to the body. To help bring you into more of a balanced state. To come more into the present moment. And then we're going to slowly begin to move, and let's start with a slow, gentle half roll of the neck from side to side. Releasing any tension in your jaw. And coming back to center, lifting your chin up. And on your next breath out, just bring your arms back for a moment, open your chest, roll your shoulders back. And exhale, bring your hands to the front of your knees and pull your belly in, arch your back, chin down. And coming back to center. We'll change our positioning here and come into the butterfly pose. Bringing the soles of the feet together, a comfortable distance with your feet from your hips. Sitting up nice and tall. If it helps, you can keep a little cushion underneath the back of your hips to help lift and open your whole body here, opening, keeping the hips open, the pelvis neutral. And we'll begin to slowly circle the torso. On the exhale, rolling forward. On the inhale, rolling back. A few more times in this direction. It's feeling that out in your body. Helping to loosen your pelvis, your lower back. And this time as you come forward, we'll reverse that motion, begin to circle in the opposite direction. And then coming back to center, and we're just going to lean a little bit more towards the right side. So bring your hands more to the right side of your mat. Take a few breaths here. And then walk your hands towards the center of your mat. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly slide your hands to the other side of your mat. Let's stay here for a few breaths. And come back to center. Slide your hands in to sit up nice and tall. We are going to come back into the butterfly. And this time with if you have something to support your head at home, feel free to use it. If you don't, no worries. And you can stay forward, resting your arms, relaxing your shoulders. Begin to feel really comfortable here. And if you don't feel really comfortable, know that you can make any adjustment to your body that you need to, maybe sliding your feet out a bit more, or perhaps releasing this pose altogether and just widen out through your legs. A modification if you need. Allow gravity to gently pull your upper body down. Soften here through your shoulders. Take a slow, deep breath in. And a full, complete breath out. The rhythm of your breath flowing nice and slow and steady for the next few breaths. With nothing else we need to be doing right now, we're in the pause. We're allowing our body to relax and to release into this posture. We'll stay here for about 4 or 5 more breaths. To come out, we'll come out very slowly. Just pushing into the floor or into your legs to slowly come back to center. And we'll bring the legs up using the hands to bring your knees up. I'm going to come off my support and bring the hands behind. And slowly rock the legs from side to side a few times. And this time, as you lower your legs to one side, turn to look to the other side for a gentle twist. Inhaling back to center, exhale, other side. You can move into the twist with your gaze to the other side. And slowly come back to center. And this time we'll come over to the mat so that we're on our hands and knees. And a few gentle hip rolls, loosening here through your whole back. So you can widen your knees apart a bit more. And gently rotate through your hips. You can start with a smaller circle and gradually widen out into all four directions. And then we'll reverse and move in small circles in the opposite direction. Gradually spiraling your hips wider. And coming back to center. This time with your knees right underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. On the next breath in, slowly lift your chin and look forward. Exhale and arch your back. Lift your belly, chin to chest, cat cow. Continue to flow, spine moving through this pose like a wave. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Okay, this time as you inhale, look forward. Exhale, arch your back at the same time, lowering your hips down towards your feet. We're not going to stay there. We're going to slowly inhale, look forward again. Back to more of a table. Exhale, arch your spine, lower your hips down towards your feet. 2 more breaths like that. Good. This time, inhale, come forward. Exhale, curl your toes under. Slide your arms forward. And just come into a stretch here. You can release your head to the floor. You can place something underneath your head for more support. So in this pose, we're doing something somewhere halfway between the half dog or puppy pose and child's pose. And keep breathing here rhythmically. Gentle flowing breath in. And gentle flowing breath out. Well, next time you inhale, we'll keep our elbows on the mat. Slowly lift the head and come up. Release your feet. Keep your hips in line over your knees and slide your arms forward a bit more to come into the full puppy pose. Allow for your heart to melt towards the mat. And then start to press down through your elbows. Lift your head slowly up and bring your head forward so that your hips and thighs start to come down to the mat. Sink your way gently into the Sphinx. Elbows can be forward, more forward than your shoulders. Just slightly through your legs if you'd like to lift one leg up a little and just pull it back. Do the same on the other side. Lift the other leg up, slightly pull it back. Settle a little bit more onto the front of your pelvis. Be here for just a few more breaths. To come out of this pose, we're going to just simply slide the arms forward, lower your head down, release. And begin to slide your hands down underneath your shoulders. We'll plant the hands firmly down. So lift up off the belly. And we'll come into the child's pose. An option here, if you'd like to widen your knees, you can widen them as much as you'd like. Another option to come into a supported position. If you have any props you want to use, feel free to use them. And you can just simply come right down. allowing your hips to settle towards the feet. Focusing on the breath moving in and out of the back body. Allow your whole body to relax and to soften. A wonderful thing happens when we allow our body conscious rest. Our body naturally returns to a balanced state. It comes from not taking in all the extra stimulus we tend to take in throughout our day, and we're just creating a beautiful little bubble for ourselves. So much healing happens on the mat that we can be quite unaware of how powerful it is. But we know because we come out of it feeling refreshed, renewed, and recharged. When you're ready, you can bring your hands underneath your shoulders and slowly push up or push down to lift up naturally. You bring your knees together, lifting them and pulling them together if they were apart. And we're going to come on down to the back now. So we're going to go into the butterfly pose again. Again, if you have some support, you could take a rolled up thick blanket to makeshift a bolster. If you didn't have a bolster, you could take a couple blocks, just like this. If you didn't have a bolster, whatever you've got. If you don't, not a big deal. You might use the blocks once we get into that pose. And you could even cover up. Another option here is to place a pillow underneath the head. So I'll see if that'll stay as I come down into it. And just let your body settle here. If you need some support, extra support underneath the legs to be more comfortable in the hips, feel free. And let your arms come out to the sides, palms facing up in the reclined butterfly pose. And laying over support allows the chest to open, the shoulders and arms to release. So you may notice in this position with support, the breath flows freely. Again, don't worry if you don't have support, just find a comfortable place. We'll stay here for about 3 or 4 more breaths. To come out of this one, if you want to slowly bring your hands down to the outsides of your knees, pushing the legs back together if you're still in the butterfly there. Bring your knees to touch with your feet as wide as your mat. And just allow the hips to move into an internal rotation after that external rotation. And then we'll slowly begin to roll over. If you're on support, you can roll over. We're going to remove anything from underneath the back. And we'll slowly come back down. Next pose being the recline twist. So there is a lot of option here on how you want to position your legs. Simply, you can allow your knees to drop together, legs bent, knees and legs together. To one side, you might use support between the knees or underneath that bottom leg. Before you go into it, if you want a little bit of a deeper twist, you can lift your hips, slide the hips over to the left side of your mat as you begin to lower your legs to the right side of your mat. Okay. Another option is to straighten out that right leg and bring your left leg over to rest on a support. And we're going to open the arms out to the sides, keeping the left shoulder down. And just begin to completely let your body settle here. And at first, you might find that there's a bit of holding, some muscular effort to kind of figure out this pose. There might be some gripping in your legs, your hips, even your hands and shoulders. We're going to see how much we can let go of any effort in the body and instead coming into a more surrendered state, allowing everything to soften and yield passively into this pose. Soften through your face, your jaw. Once you feel your body starting to really release into it, Let's take another centering breath in, a deeper inhale, and a longer exhale. You breathe out through your mouth. Go back to natural breaths in and out. And you might take one more deeper breath in, and a longer breath out. And continue to breathe slow and gently. A little more natural flow of your breath now. And slowly come back to center. If you'd like, you can pull your left knee in towards your chest and keep your right leg extended out along the mat. And then slowly release your left knee. Come back to center with your hips. You might lift your hips up and then just realigning through your spine. And then we'll move into the other side. If you'd like to first, again, lift your hips and pull your hips towards the right to then drop the legs to the left. Feel free in the twist. Find your posture. And just know it does take a few moments to settle in here for your body to release any of the gripping, the holding it typically does when we first enter. But we'll wait here patiently for the body to release, to know it's okay to let go. And taking a slow, deep centering breath in. And a slow, complete breath out. Just take one more deep breath in and release it all out. Go back to your natural breath for the next few before we come out. And then slowly realigning your body back to center. Lift the hips up a little, stretch out through your left leg, bring your right knee in towards your chest. Slowly release your right leg. And we're going to go into a fun pose here. The name is fun anyways. We're going to try the lying down side, whole body side bend called banana asana. So you're basically trying to make a banana shape with your body. We're going to slide the right foot over to the right side of the mat, maybe just a little off. Also slide your left foot over to the right side of your mat, same direction, and cross your left ankle over the right. Okay, a tendency here is to start to lift the left hip up. So just go ahead and kind of settle that left hip down before you begin to reach and open your arms over your head and angle your arms over to the right side of your mat as well. You can grip your left wrist with your right hand. Find what works for you. There's lots of room for variations here with your arm placement. Just see if you can get into a sensation of opening the left side of your body. Again, we want to wait long enough for our body to settle here, to let go. Don't worry if it feels a little awkward for you the first time. If this is one of the first times you've done it, it's not a pose you've done many times before. It can feel a little bit awkward. The more you do it, the more you start to feel the essence of this pose and how it just gently allows for that extension through the side body. A few more breaths on this side. And then first we'll bring the arms back to center, maybe placing them behind your head for a moment. Lift the left ankle off the right, just straight. Stretch out through your legs. Keep your right foot to the right side of your mat. Bring your left foot to the left side of your mat. And then keep your left foot there and slowly begin to guide your right leg over to the left, crossing your right ankle over the left. And we'll come up with the arms, down with the right side of your hip there. And just deciding how you want to place your arms over your head. Again, the left hand this time can grip the right wrist. And then just let your arms sink down to the mat. Feel the gentle side bend right through your whole sideline of your body from your hand to your foot. Let go through the right shoulder. If you need to, you can adjust through your arms. Sometimes just reaching towards each elbow works too. If you're folding your arms. A few more breaths on this side. We'll slowly bring our arms, our head back to center. Uncross your right ankle and bring your right foot to the right side again. So your legs are open. You can also open your arms over your head with your elbows slightly bent, like in cactus arms. If you'd like, you may be just slipping right into your Shavasana already, but if you want to do one more thing, you can bring your knees to your chest for a moment. You might even like to extend your legs up. Slowly draw your knees back to your chest. And then it's time for our final pose, Shavasana. Go ahead and get settled there at home in any position that works best for you. And if you want to cover up, grab something to cover up with. If you want to slip right into your bed at this time and do your Shavasana right from your bed, that's an option too. Maybe placing one hand on your belly, one hand on your upper chest, but allowing your elbows to sink. Staying aware, staying present in the inner dimension of your body. As you completely let go, completely surrender. Allow your body to settle deeper. Like you're sinking down. The weight of the back of your body settling into the earth. And the front of your body just opens up. Wide open as the sky overhead. Releasing any tension anywhere. Softening your belly. Softening the middle of your torso. Softening your upper chest. As we soften, we release any tension or tightness. We create more space internally. We create more expansion of our energy body, our subtle body. It can flow through all our channels, our nadis. And our body is relaxed. We enter a deeper healing state. We'll stay here for just a few more breaths before we actually maybe fall right asleep. If we're doing this right before bed, just staying aware of your breath, the inner dimension of the body, and how peaceful we can feel from this place, from the body. That peaceful quality or energy of ourselves comes from the inside of our body, right from the core to the core of our being. And you can start to gently adjust or move out of your shavasana, perhaps with just a bit of wiggling your toes and your fingers, or rocking your head gently from side to side. You might want to come into a whole body stretch, or it might feel good to curl up and bring your knees to your chest again. On your own time, come out of your positioning by rolling onto your side. Continue to stay mindful of your body as you gently move back to a seated position or wherever you want to go from here. A really powerful practice for ourselves for before we go to bed or before we carry on with our day is to come into a state of appreciation or gratitude. So with your hands together at your heart, you could be saying thank you to your body, or just in a general thank you for everything that you have. I thank you now for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or sleep tonight, and we'll see you again soon. Namaste.